press conference with head coach Al Golden. This week, Temple hosts Ohio on Tuesday night, November 16th at 8 o'clock. The game will be shown nationally on ESPN2. It is our last home game at the Link for the season, and the senior class will be honored in the pregame ceremony. We'll start with questions, please.
You ready, Colin?
Yes, Coach.
Okay.
Coach, this is the first time this week you actually worked out practice, a real practice today.
Yeah, today was our first Ohio practice. We did some light work on Tuesday and Wednesday, but this was our first, preparation for Ohio today.
When you play a team, actually came down to last year, and was that, how much does last year's game factor into it, or is that more of a media thing that whoever you were playing next Tuesday, the importance of the game is more important than who the opponent is?
Yeah, to me, I think that's for the storylines and the media and all the sound bites. But for us, it's about following the process, preparing, getting the team ready to play, and obviously going against a real good team, a real confident team, and a well-coached team. And I don't think last year's game has any bearing on this year's game. It's two different teams. I mean, we're a different team than we were at the beginning of the season, let alone at the end of last year. So I think we just keep our nose down and just keep working.
Looking at the conference stats, I mean, two teams are really even in a lot of categories. I mean, where do you think you have an edge on this team?
I don't know where we have an edge. They run the ball so well. They have so many rushing touchdowns. They're excellent down in the low red. Obviously McCray makes it hard down there. Both quarterbacks can run with the ball. They're playing really well right now. So to me, it's not really about statistics. It's about playing each play and executing and being precise and playing with energy and passion and being ready to play. So we got 4 days to do that, and that's really what the focus is right now.
I know the coaching staff down there is not saying too much about the Jackson kid, and that there's a possibility he may not play. I mean, how does that factor into your preparation? If it doesn't.
Really, it doesn't. We're ready for both players. I don't know who's going to play at this stage. We're ready for both.
He's a big part of that. He's like 180 yards total offense every game.
He is, but I think given the same opportunity, I think Phil Bates would be just as good. And again, you watch when Bates comes in and some of the throws he makes, some of the plays he makes, and then obviously he can run the ball really well. So we're preparing for both. I have no idea what's going to transpire there. I don't know what their policies are. I don't know what Ohio's policy is or Frank's policy. I can't really worry about that. We're just trying to get our team ready.
At this stage of the game, Matt Brown, questionable?
Well, we just got to see. We're just, he's been a little dinged up, but hopefully he'll be ready to go by game day.
You got to this point last year, Bernard was not healthy. Seems, at least from what we know, he's pretty healthy. How much, from a coaching standpoint, to have him ready to go at this point here, does that make a difference in what you guys can do?
Well, I'm excited. I'm encouraged. I think, obviously he and Matt sharing the burden makes us a better team. It's probably doesn't make Bernard as happy, but Bernard's been a great team player through this deal, and I think the two of them sharing, that same, 1,400 yards that Bernard got a year ago, those two sharing it now has given us, two fresh running backs or two running backs that can finish the season now, and whether that's 3 games or 4 will be determined here in the next 12 days. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get to November with both running backs healthy, and obviously we learned the hard way last year that not having both of them available is tough to overcome. So we're not quite there yet, but hopefully having Bernard ready and fresher down the stretch will help us.
What happened on the blocks last week? Was it taking too much time to get it off?
The first one was a slow kick and a technique assignment, and the second one was clearly just an absolute bust. We just made a terrible mental error. I'm not going to sell out who did or what, but it was just a bad.
The blocking alignment?
Yeah, well, just an assignment. We just cut a guy free because we had half the group on one play and half the group on the other, and it was really just someone misheard the call and just screwed up the operation. So again, that's on Sean Desai and myself to get it fixed, and we'll do that. And we better, because they have a heck of a punter at Ohio, and we can't have what happened to us last week happen to us again in terms of changing the field position.
Well, Hammond had another, stellar game, 3
Yep.
sacks. The one thing, it seems apparent with this kid, he doesn't, you know how guys take plays off?
Yeah.
Remember they said Freeney used to take plays off at Syracuse. I mean, he doesn't, does he?
He's in great condition. He's really worked hard in the offseason, again, to be in this position to finish this year. He's playing as good as anybody I've ever been around right now. I mean, to be honest with you, he is playing lights out. He's playing at a high tempo, and he's putting in so many hours off the field, not just with his body and in the weight room, but with his mind and the preparation and the technique development. He's gotten better every day, every play since the start of the season. And we're excited about him and obviously his development. So I'm really proud of Muhammad, because he's really emerged as a leader, not just as a talented player, but as a leader, and with a great attitude, and he's really developing every day, doing what we want our guys to do.
Have you ever been on a team where defense didn't give up a touchdown for 3 straight weeks?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, we had some pretty good ones, both at Virginia and Penn State. We had some pretty good ones. But it's good. I mean, it's nice to know that they have that kind of pride. And, the nice thing about it, too, Mike, is that we've played a lot of people throughout that. It's not like we just left our ones out there the whole time in all 3 games. We've played multiple people, close to 30 people in all 3 of those contests. And really, as a team and as an offense, we put them in a tough position against Bowling Green. Or it may be only 14 points in four games, really. So, it's a function of all 3 phases, and certainly the offense holding the ball and converting on 3rd down has improved our defense, and I think our defense is playing well now, and they better, because this is the best challenge that we've had all year, in the MAC East, certainly.
Coach,
And
when all
Girardi
was said
still-
and done, who do you think Ohio had? What was the edge Ohio had over you last year?
Oh, they were better that day. I'm not even going to tell you anything else. They were better. They executed. They did a better job coaching. They were tougher. They finished better. They executed really well. Their quarterback played extremely well. We gave up big plays on defense, not just through the air, but on the ground, which you can't do in a game of this magnitude. Gave up a long kick return, which you can't do. We turn the ball over, which you cannot do. And we just didn't convert enough 3rd downs, and we didn't complete enough passes. So, thanks for bringing me back to that moment, Kevin. But, I can kind of see the snow falling right now and everything. Thanks, I appreciate that. But they did a better job, and I told Frank that after the game, and I told him in the offseason. And that's tough to say as a coach, but they did. They played better that day, and but it's a new season. They're both new teams. It's a different game, and it's going to be a great game. It really is. Both teams are revved up. Meaningful games in November haven't happened here a lot, and Doc's laughing.
A lot.
Well, haven't happened much at all. So I mean, it's a meaningful game, and Frank's a great coach. He's got a great staff. Got an excellent team. Big play potential, and it's going to be a great opportunity for both programs and both universities.
Girardi continues to grow and become comfortable with your system and so forth as the weeks go on here.
Yeah, I think Mike's doing a pretty good job. I mean, we've got to protect the ball a little bit better because the margin for error is shrinking and the stakes are getting higher. But I do want to make sure everybody understands, because that game wasn't carried back here. I think it was one of the only games the whole year that wasn't really carried back here. How good that Kent State defense was. That was a good defense. And they ran around well. They chased our quarterback, did a great job getting to their quarterback. And they're a physical bunch. They were, as they were advertised, same thing I said going into the game was verified. And we knew we were going to have to throw the ball. I just don't believe that they thought we were going to throw the ball. And I think Mike converted, and the receivers are really stepping up right now. And I think Alex Jackson and Evan Rodriguez are starting to step up as well. So that's helping Michael as well.
When you were
way to go through that? I mean, does that have any kind of, I mean, I don't know. Ohio maybe had been there a little bit before, and you guys were just in a position you've never been.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also know this, Mike, you know, there's obviously as a coach, you analyze every part of it, how you conducted the week and how did the team look and how did we feel going into the game and all that. Much of that I can't share with you. But, you know, there was some, you know, that all of a sudden we're not focusing on today. We're not focusing on getting better today and you want to jump from point A to point C. Well, you can't do that. So, and again, I got to give the credit to Ohio a year ago. They did a tremendous job, and you can see the program that Frank's building down there. So it's great. I mean,
But they can take that as a learning experience?
I hope. If they didn't, we didn't do a good job, you know. But I think we've learned from a lot of experiences from a year ago, and clearly we're back in the same situation. So one of our objectives is already accomplished, and that is to build a program, not just, you know, have a winning team, but to build a program. You see a lot of bowl teams in the MAC, or whether it's the MAC, the WAC, the Sun Belt, many of these conferences where they go to a bowl game where they win, and they don't establish a program. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to establish a program, which is different. And this game obviously would go a long way in terms of building a program and continue to move forward.